It starts with the smell of blood on hot dust, the kind of smell that clings to your clothes, crawls into your nose, and refuses to leave. You're standing in a sun-bleached street, boots heavy, revolver heavier, sweat dripping into your eyes. Across from you, a man who was once a father, a drunk, maybe a farmer. Now he's just a wanted poster with legs. There's a price on his head, dead or alive. You already know which one is easier to haul. The onlookers don't cheer, they don't care. You're not a hero, not a villain. You're an accountant with bullets. Every corpse is a ledger entry, every prisoner a payday. And when you pull the trigger, the sound cracks like thunder. But all you hear is the metallic echo of coins spilling into your future. Congratulations, you're a bounty hunter. You weren't born into this, nobody is, but you were born into hunger, into violence, into the kind of life where your neighbors fought wolves for scraps, and your family's idea of wealth was a second blanket. Your father taught you two lessons: never trust a man smiling over cards, never shoot to warn. Your mother taught you nothing. She was gone too early, swallowed by sickness or whiskey or both. The only lullabies you knew were the clink of bottles and the crack of a whip. By age 6, you knew the smell of gun oil better than the smell of bread. By 10, you were running errands for men who carried wanted posters folded in their coats. You stared at the crude sketches of faces: bearded bandits, hollow-eyed deserters, runaway slaves. The state wanted them caught. Society wanted them forgotten. And men like you, boys, at first, wanted the coins pinned to their capture. School was never in your cards. Your alphabet was carved into the wood of tavern tables, your arithmetic measured in bullets. By 15, you had already killed someone. Not for money, not for honor, just because he reached for his gun slower than you did. There's no academy for bounty hunters. Your training ground is every filthy town from Kansas to Chihuahua, every dusty trail where a man with a price on his head might pass. You learn fast. You learn by bleeding. You learn how to track hoof prints in mud that dries too quickly under the sun. You learn to smell campfire smoke 2 ridges away. You learn that every outlaw snores differently, and the worst mistake is waking him before your barrel touches his temple. Your equipment becomes an extension of your body: the iron on your hip, the rope on your saddle, the manacles jangling like morbid jewelry. Each tool speaks a language. The revolver says finality. The rope says humiliation. You adapt your morality the way a snake sheds its skin. At first, you think maybe you'll only take the worst of the worst: the killers, the butchers, the monsters. But the more posters you collect, the blurrier the lines get. Stealing horses, dodging taxes, desertion. All crimes pay the same once ink hits parchment. And once you've hauled enough men back dead, you realize something ugly. The system doesn't care why they ran, only that they're dragged back. You stop asking questions. You just listen for the price. You hit your stride somewhere in your late 20s. The posters come faster. The price is higher. Your name circulates in saloons, half curse, half legend. Mothers tell their children not to grow up like you. Drunks toast to your aim. Outlaws spit whenever they hear your name, then sleep with one eye open. You're not rich. Bounty hunters rarely are. But you're rich enough to buy whiskey without counting coins, and bullets without trading pelts. That's luxury in this world. Your reputation is a double-edged knife. Town sheriffs love you because you do their job without the paperwork. Marshals hate you because you make them look slow. And the outlaws? They fear you, but they also test you. Fame draws challengers like rotting meat draws flies. Your senses sharpen. You can hear the click of a hammer half a street away. You can smell fear, sharp and sour like bad milk in a crowded bar. Your trigger finger twitches before your brain does. You are a machine, ritual, instinct, and the kills pile up. Each face on the wall becomes a notch in your memory. Some die fast, one shot clean between the eyes. Others drag it out, screaming, clawing, bargaining. You don't take pride in it. Pride is for poets. You take payment. Payment is for survival. Still, there are moments, riding through a canyon at dusk, the sky bleeding red like an endless wound. You almost believe you're free. The world stretches before you, lawless and infinite. And then you remember, your freedom depends on other men being hunted like animals. Peak of your career, indeed. The first sign of decline isn't your aim, it's your knees. They start to ache when the rain comes, stiff when you rise too fast. Chasing men across deserts doesn't get easier when your bones sound like kindling. The second sign is society. The world shifts under your boots. Railroads carve the wilderness into neat lines. Telegraph wires hum where the sky once hummed with vultures. Lawmen multiply, uniforms sprouting like weeds. Suddenly, the state doesn't need freelancers with itchy trigger fingers. They want deputies with badges, pensions, rules. And you don't fit in rules. You notice the posters change too. Fewer murderers, more debt skippers, more land trespassers, men guilty of being poor. You drag them in anyway, but something sours in your gut. Their hands aren't bloodied, just dirty. Their children chase after your horse as you ride away crying. You drink more that night, but the faces don't blur. The younger hunters don't help. They're quicker, cockier, hungrier. They wear polished boots, carry repeating rifles. They take jobs you used to count on, jobs that paid for your whiskey and your silence. You start to look like the men you once hunted, old, desperate, clinging to a trade the world has already outgrown. And in saloons now, people don't whisper your name with awe. They say it with nostalgia or pity. The most dangerous outlaw you face these days isn't on a poster, it's time. It doesn't happen with a bang. Not for you, not anymore. One evening you sit in a saloon corner, nursing whiskey that tastes like paint thinner, when you notice something strange. The wall of wanted posters is half empty. Not because you've collected them all, no, because the railroad, the telegraph, the new courts have strangled the wild out of the West. Bandits are fewer, laws tighter. What once was chaos is now paperwork. Your craft is dying in front of you. You pick up a job anyway, an easy one, they say. A petty thief, nothing more. But when you corner him in a ravine, revolver aimed steady, something cracks. He's young, too young, eyes wide, clothes ragged, teeth chipped from hunger. He looks less like an outlaw, more like yourself at 15, before the first kill hardened you into stone. He begs, you hesitate. Hesitation is a fatal disease in your profession. He doesn't shoot you, he runs, faster than you can follow. Your lungs burn. Your knees betray you. You fire a shot, miss. For the first time in decades, you miss. You return empty-handed, and worse, you return ashamed. Soon after, you start hearing rumors. A new hunter, half your age, faster, sharper, cleaner. People say he reminds you of you, the way you used to be. A knife twists in your gut. Legacy, it seems, doesn't ask your permission. You stop taking jobs, or maybe jobs stop taking you. Either way, your revolver grows dust, your horse limps, your nights stretch long and quiet, broken only by the rattling cough in your chest. And then one day, in a nameless town, you realize nobody recognizes you anymore. You're just another old man on a porch watching the world ride past. That's your real death. Not a bullet, not a knife, just forgetting. But the cycle doesn't end. It never does. Somewhere, a boy grows up poor. His father teaches him not to trust cards. His mother leaves too soon. He learns the weight of a pistol before the weight of a pen. He sees the posters, the prices, the promise of escape. And one day he straps on a gun belt, mounts a horse, and rides out under the same merciless sun. He tells himself he'll only take the guilty. He tells himself he'll be different. You would laugh if you were still around to hear it, because bounty hunting is not a profession, it's a wheel, and every generation thinks they're steering it, when really, they're just another spoke grinding down the road. The dust swallows names, but the job survives, always. And so, congratulations, you've lived your life as a bounty hunter, you've died as a forgotten man, and already someone else has begun the ride.